What's up, everybody? Katie yet again. Finally doing the Phenibut, whichever way you want to say it, review. And start things off. The beer of the day is Reformation Jude. Yep. Jude by Reformation. I normally do not like most of Reformation Brewery's beers, but for some reason Jude is very good. It's a good triple. Duly noted though. You do not need to take big swigs of this. It is 9.2%, and the little sips give you a lot better flavor. Trust me. Like when I first got my growler filled, and yeah, I poured some. I was like, oh man, this stuff was so good. When I had like a taster on draft, ooh, wow, not that great. Took a little smaller sips. The sweetness, the aftertaste, kind of comes around, and that got good yeasty flavors. It's all there. But yeah, into the Phenibut review. Here we go. So a while back, I ended up doing the lift mode 5-gram sample, and I ended up playing around with my own dosages. But let's go into a very short history of Phenibut. I read a couple articles, plus I also read some journals and things like that, some like academic journals, things like that, or articles in academic journals. And I read a couple of them that definitely talked about when Phenibut was first synthesized back in the day. I think it was like the 60s-ish time by Russia. And actually today it's still prescribed in Russia. It's like, I don't know if it's over the counter. Yeah, just let me know. I don't know, but you can get Phenibut pretty regularly, and it can be, I believe, it easily prescribed by physicians over there in Russia as an anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, all kinds of things. Actually, it can do a lot of stuff. And I was also reading. This is probably stuff that other people don't know, and if I can find the actual journal, I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it. And I'll put it in the link in the description. I remember it actually saying that its chemical structure is very similar to baclofen. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with baclofen, but that's like a really, really, okay, anti-inflammatory, type deal. I mean, it's not bad, but that's prescribed here. But I hear they're similar in some sense, but baclofen seems to be a little more well-rounded, that it can really help with anxiety, cognitive enhancement, things like that. It can be slightly sedative and things like that. Also, they say do not mix with booze. I will talk about that in a moment. But yeah, Phenibut. So, how much did you take? Mostly everybody does say 500 milligrams. Should you do 1 full gram off the rip? I did, and I was like, cool, feels all right. Yeah, and that was like my first time taking Phenibut, and I've heard taking 1 gram and be like, all right, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel good. I took it, and I was like, okay, everything like that. But for me, I found my sweet spot. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, about 1,400. I'm not saying I would recommend that for you or anything like that. Just saying for me and how that happened. But I was using it primarily for sleep, because I really, really have trouble. I have lots of trouble sleeping. I wake up, I have night sweats, things like that. Yeah, every 3 hours I'm up, and I'm pacing a lot, and I'm a horrible, horrible sleeper. Anyways, yeah, so Phenibut, what? Now we're on to the booze aspect. Because I think it is, booze amplifies the effects, and it can be dangerous because it already is it relaxes you and it kind of sedates you in a sense. that when booze acts on it, it amplifies it, and it's not good for you. Well, guess what I did? I decided to go ahead and take some booze with it. So, just saying, just for me, I was just doing this as an experiment. I'm an idiot, right? But everyone was talking about like how bad it can end up being. Like, no joke, I took a whole G, and I drank pretty decent amount. Like, I probably drank, I don't know, like 3 beers with it, and got in a hot tub. And I got in a hot tub. And I was feeling pretty decent, but I wasn't, like, I woke up the next day and I felt fine. Like, felt great. It was whatever. The next day I didn't do anything. You know, like, I went to work and all that, but I mean, I didn't drink, I didn't take Phenibut, I didn't do nothing. So, then the day after that, I did the exact same thing. Didn't affect me that bad at all. That may just be me. I'm just saying, I know it says not to mix, things like that. But I'm pretty sure everyone else is probably thinking this way, especially like if you're the way it says. Everyone says that the effects mimic like being drunk, but without the cloudiness and all that, the drunken feeling. Like you still have clarity, like you still feel relaxed, but you're clear. You're clear headed, things like that. Also, you gotta think about beer. And a lot of bodybuilding forums and websites actually talk about Phenibut. As a supplement, as a sleep aid, because a lot of these guys working out, they're on a lot of stimulants, things like that, and they want to. And part of muscle development and growth is a healthy sleep cycle, being able to get and have your muscles repair themselves, and your body regenerate and be good to go for the next day. So they're saying take Phenibut because they don't want to get prescribed this stuff from the doctors. Take Phenibut, whatever, and they can sleep well. And that means they're good to go the next day. And it really helps with their gains and stuff like that. Well, also, this is another thing. I haven't really looked too deeply into this, but I really think that some people think, or kind of connect the dots on this. Phenibut mimics the effects of alcohol. You are trying to cut, like you are trying to get below like 10% body fat or something like that, but you still want to go out and have a good time. And you don't, unfortunately, you can't be having alcohol. That caloric intake is not good for your cut. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to go into surplus, things like that. Well, you hear about this awesome stuff called Phenibut. Wait, it mimics the effects and I still have a clear head. But if I have some alcohol with it, they say don't do it because it amplifies it. What if I just take a little bit and drink just a little bit? Would I be nice and drunk? Now that's what I thought. I don't know if any other people ever thought of that. I'm just saying maybe they put 2 and 2 together. Maybe it's like, oh cool. Also, maybe they think they could save them some money in the long run by getting kind of tore up. Like, hey, I'm gonna have 1 beer and I'm gonna take whatever dosage of Phenibut. And I'll be like nice and toasted. And I can go out and have some good fun. And they're saying, it's used for social. Phenibut on its own has been used for social anxiety and things like that. So, there's other things that I think people are not wanting to say. And it may not be true at all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. Probably. Not probably, definitely. Just saying. Just telling you guys though, I'm not endorsing, I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying that it's okay at all. I'm just saying that I did it. And also I'm kind of answering that question in my own way because maybe some other people have thought about that. To me, I really don't know the physiological repercussions of it. I really I'm not gonna Tim Ferriss it, and I'm not gonna check my blood pressure and all that kind of crap afterward, before and after. If it ever comes to that, whatever. that means I'm probably not working and I got a lot of spare time. So yeah, do I recommend it? Definitely for sleep. Wow, I got good sleep off of that. And that's like not mixing it with booze or anything like that. But no, I mean, I'm definitely gonna get probably like if I can get a 50-gram tub, I would love it. And I'd probably be taking, a gram every other day, maybe a gram and a half, just to, right before bed, help me sleep. Actually, it did really good for me, like doing some studying and things like that. I'm not in school right now, so but it's good for reading. It's good for chilling, relaxing, especially if you don't want any booze. Like I said, if you really want to cut down, things like that, it is a great alternative, I believe. Same thing with like kratom. Kratom's another great alternative. But yeah, so there's my little spiel about Phenibut. Hopefully I answered some things, or I talked about some things that other people really don't talk about with Phenibut. Yeah. Like always, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, and yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think.